Okay, welcome back to Paging Polly. I'm Jules with LunaCco, and today we're going to do a quick overview on how to do editing or rewrites of passages using the prompts in the prompt library and how that workflow goes. Okay, so we have a file here that we're going to be working on, and so I'm going to grab some text here. So we've got some dialogue right now, and let me say I'm going to do this whole phone call. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to grab this phone call. Actually, I want even before I set the phone down. So let me grab all this together and I'm going to go to editing and we've got fix this. So this is the new prompt doc, by the way. So if you've just updated to the latest version, you now have the option to just have the titles of the prompts set up instead of the titles with the preview. So the preview text looks like this. The number shows how many variables are in that prompt. So there are 3 variables. There are words before, there is selected, and then there's instruction box, which we're going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to use fix this. And I've got a model here. We'll use Grok for one fast. And if I was doing if I were doing a not safe for work scene, so like maybe I did all of my generation. Maybe I did all of my generation with Claude Sonnet or Opus, and then I wanted to add spicy times. Grok and AION are really great for that. So if you were going through and like doing a cat bash situation where you needed another model to get spicy with it, those would be my recommendations. Okay. And I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do videos on spicy time writing because that is not as easy to do. Okay, so we're going to do fix this. And what you see here is even though I'm on quick mode, it came to basically the preview portion of what would be in the classic. And that's because instruction box needs input from you. What do you want this rewritten? What do I rewritten? It's been a long day while I'm filming this, which is probably not ideal, but the setup is there. Okay, so instructions, let's just say I want this to feel more bantery. Actually, if I wanted it bantery, GPT has been rocking bantery dialogue. Should we use GPT? We should. I went through all of that. Now we're going to use GPT. It's fine. I want this to feel more bantery. We've got the selected text right here. So it was saved and pulled through as soon as I hit fix this on the quick. I want this to feel more bantery. And is there anything else? And maybe foreshadow that. Do we have her name? Yeah. Okay. Rhiannon isn't actually going to follow Maya advice. I would also change the name Maya. This was a test run, so I only did the names of the main 2 characters, which are, I believe, Rhiannon and Victor. Maya, I would change that. That's Maya Chen gets used a lot. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do execute. There is a slight chance that this is going to use Grok 4.1 because I had already done all of this. We will see. I'm not sure which model it will actually because I changed the model after I'd already clicked this, which means it might have actually done 4.1. We'll check the generation log here after. So it's thinking about it. And I actually need to come down where it would actually be. Okay, there we go. It's going at the top, just above. Okay. Now, we have this generation bar looks different. If you're doing edits, it looks like keep both, replace, or reject. If you don't want it at all, that's a reject. If you want it to replace the text that was selected, you hit replace. If you want to keep both, it keeps both. Usually what I do is I do a read through to know if this is actually what I want. So let's just see what this looks like. Please tell me you're calling because your family watched that show. Okay. What happened? My professional hat. I'm adjusting my glasses and everything. Tell me about this guy. Okay, so this did go a little bit more detailed because she's like fixing her glasses. I don't think that was it. Now the Maya, the therapist, calm and precise. It sounds like stalking behavior. If you contact the police, trust your training. Your system throws up this many red flags. You listen. So this is a little bit more detailed. If you look down here, it was like very short. It was very short, which I don't know what it is, but typically I do find that Claude Sonnet has really short dialogue. It doesn't always go depth with dialogue. So a lot of times dialogue is something that I'm working on when I'm doing edits myself. And see, I like this actually. I set the phone down and my gaze is already drifting back to the business card of waiting beside the sink, showing that she was probably not going to listen to Maya even if she just said it. And like this is showing it too, like a dare. Perfect. I really like this actually. So I would replace this. But if I was still doing like some comparisons, I might want to keep both. But I'm going to do a replace. And now, all right. So this didn't do a full, that did an interesting insert right there. So I'm looking, okay. So it did a little bit of an interesting insert, which can happen sometimes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here and then I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to generation logs. Oh, it did use GPT-5.1. I should have known because the dialogue definitely felt like that. Okay, and then we're going to go to response. I think just the end got cut off. So I'm just going to copy this from the other. And then I'm going to come back here. And okay, so this is the part that got. This is so funny because this does it sometimes and it doesn't do it others. We're just going to save and see if that goes away. This is a bug that I've been trying to track down because this happens sometimes if I copy from the generation logs and not always. It doesn't always do it. Actually, let's go ahead and check the thing and see if it shows. So we're going to X out. All right, so what I have done, if you do come across this until we get it fixed, I just open up it in Notepad, and then I'm going to literally just select, oh, here we go. And then I'm going to select all, and I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to paste it back in, and it will be fine. This has been hard because it goes away, and then it comes back, and it goes away, and then it comes back. So the fun of coding. Okay, so we have that good now. And I think that the generation, so I would probably do a keep both until I can track that little glitch with the insert. That has been working fine the last couple of times I've done it, but if you just keep both and then delete what you don't want from the old one, safer than playing with the select right now, and I will be working on that glitch fix. It has been working perfectly, so again, this is one of those things that sometimes pops and then disappears and then pops and then disappears. So if you come across that, it is something that I'll be working on. But that is how you would do a revision. So you're just going to select the text. You're going to do fix this. Then you're going to do the instruction box and then you're going to hit go. And then again, right now, do keep both just so that you can avoid weird little glitches with how it inserts with the replacement of the text. We had a replacement text situation, I think, with sequence. So I'm wondering if that's the same issue. It just hasn't been patched over to the editing. But that is how you do revision in Paging Poly. And then really quickly, we're going to go back to prompts. These are some prompts that I've been playing with personally for editing. And there is a doc file in the Discord that goes over the principles of these prompts so that you can play with them yourself. And I'll be dropping a JSON file on a couple of these, like the structural scan bounded and probably the ready or not. I'll be dropping these two. I'm testing the rest. I'm liking these two so far. So I'll probably drop those into the Discord as well as JSON files so that you can do an import. And stay tuned for other videos going through a full editing process, which will be coming soon. And also the video on the new blueprinting process. I can actually give you a little preview of some of the things that are going to be happening in that. What was this? If I come down here to outline. So the new blueprinting process is going to be going into tension targets. We're going to be going into threads and chains, which are going to be really important when we start going into our series and universe stuff. And it also graphs. So this is a little preview of the tension charts for the novella that I just showed you one of the chapters of. And these are the active threads in that novella. And it shows how the tension builds and escalates and de-escalates throughout the story and where those marks happen. This is a really good way to visualize to make sure that you're not just doing a straight line up or that things aren't sagging in a certain particular area and that kind of thing. It also shows you where certain threads might be crossing, which is very helpful. So where we have crossover of chapters that maybe have multiple things going on. And this is a really good way of doing that. There would also be a chain view here. And then it also gives you some patterns and some scene types, which can also help with pacing. So this is what we're working on with the new blueprinting. And so far, I've been doing some tests. I did tests with this novella, and I felt like the chapter outlines, just the chapter outlines, have improved so much with what the AI understands and what the AI is actually using and it's not doing the speed runs, it's not overusing character quirks and things like that. And so far, I'm really happy with what's going on. I want to do at least a couple acts of a full novel to see how it goes, if it starts going off the rails in traditional places or not, and then I'll be releasing the new blueprinting as well. All right, I will see you in the next one.